Hanson-Young. Senator Reynolds.
Thank you very much, Deputy President, and I too stand to pay tribute to my fellow West Australian senator and colleague Senator Rachel Siewert, and I associate myself with all of the comments that we've heard so far from right across this chamber in what is a very fitting acknowledgement of your service to the Senate and also to our nation. I was very saddened, genuinely very saddened, to hear of your decision to leave after 16 years. But then conversely, I was really happy for you as well after 16 years of crossing the Nullarbor. And one of my first recollections of Senator Siewert was crossing the Nullarbor time and time again for committee hearings, and would do it twice in one day to attend a committee hearing, which is just a sign of the dedication and passion and commitment that you have, but also the sacrifices your family have made for everything that you've done. Everyone in this place knows, and we've heard tonight, about your passion, your commitment, your respect for the dignity of humanity, wherever and wherever you find it. I've also greatly respected and sometimes been the benefactor of your very deep honesty and your very loud honesty, but holding us now on this side of the chamber to account. But as everybody else here has said, it is absolutely clear that you have always been driven by your passion for justice and your commitment to people and to what you believe in. Like other people here, it took me about 5 minutes in this place to also see your incredible knowledge and the width and the depth of your knowledge in social policy. Whether it's in this chamber, whether it's at committees, whether it's estimates. And I've sat again on the other side of the table and also with officials who are suitably prepared, because they know at the level of which that you have always come to the table. But you also, because of that, do speak with authority on the matters, and when you speak, we all listen. Sometimes we have no choice to listen with the passion and the volume, but we always listen and we respect. And as Minister Ruston has said, you always show us where to look, quite often before we even know that there is cause to look at particular issues. I've also admired and I don't understand how you have not only the work ethic but the capacity to work and manage multiple hearings and whipping and everything else that you do. And as you've pointed out, one of the dirty secrets that probably shouldn't be such a dirty secret, and one of the absolute joys of serving and privilege of serving in this place, is the collegiality between those on all sides of this chamber. And while people wouldn't necessarily think that Senator Siewert and I have a lot in common, given our positions on things and our party positions, you really, along with the wonderful Claire Moore, did show me that we can work together and we can find common ground in our committee work to make a real difference for Australians, and that is one of the many powerful things about this place. We did find many, and as we've heard with everyone else who's spoken, common ground on a number of issues. I just want to highlight three. I'm incredibly grateful that you supported my very first inquiry I put forward into young people in aged care. And again, that is an inquiry that made a huge difference to the lives of thousands of people in disabilities who had been consigned to life in an aged care facility simply because they were disabled and there was nowhere else for them to go. I'm particularly proud now that I have carriage of that, and I feel a great sense of responsibility for that, and so I'd like to thank you for that. We have some unfinished business in the interrupted inquiry into the plight of Australians with Lyme disease and the disgraceful way that I believe, and we share a belief, that they are not heard, they are not seen, and they are certainly not getting the treatment they deserve. So that is still unfinished business for me, and so I will be take that forward. Probably the one that possibly bemused you the most, but I'm very grateful for your support as a senator for Western Australia, was the inquiry into Western Force. And again, you had faith and you said, OK, we'll have a look into this. And while we couldn't change the outcome of the disgraceful behaviour that we discovered from Rugby Australia, we made a huge difference to tens of thousands of Western Australians and to the players in getting answers on what had happened to their much-beloved team. So, Rachel, in conclusion, I've only ever experienced this chamber with you in it, and not only with your leadership as the whip, but also with your leadership in community affairs and on social policy. And you have certainly inspired me and sometimes also made me want to be that better senator and that better person on a lot of these inquiries. The Senate will certainly be the lesser, and I think we'll also be the lesser for not having you in the chamber. But as so many people have said, and I know will continue to say, you have made every single day of those, 5,000 odd days that you've been serving in the Senate. I thank you very much for the dignity that you've brought to the Senate, and I think for the contribution you've made to our democracy as well. So I wish you and your family well in whatever you decide to do next, on and off the paddleboard. I know you'll do it with great passion, you'll do it with great commitment, and you'll do it so that everybody will hear. So, Rachel, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for what you've given to me in this place, and good luck.
Senator